G'day, my name's Darryl Webb. Today we're going to have a look at the Olight Baton 3 Pro Max, and we'll do a quick little comparison to the Baton 3 Pro because they're both pretty recent releases, and it's a bit comparable. One's on an 18650, one's on the 21700. Anyway, let's get into the review. We'll do some pros and cons and show lots of beam shots and see if this is the right torch for you. And there's a sale coming up at Olight. We'll get onto that as well. Alright, as always, we'll start with some of the specs and sort of see what it's actually about, what Olight's sort of recommending it as. So it's an EDC type light, you know, it's not a searchlight or anything like that, but they have made it up to a massive 2,500 watts. 2,500 lumens. So they keep on getting more and more horsepower out of these. Anyway, they've done it in a small form factor, but with a 21700. So anyway, what do they say about it? This is the Baton 3 Pro Max is a compact and powerful EDC flashlight with a customised 5,000 mAh 21700 rechargeable lithium-ion battery. It features a high-performance LED, proximity sensor, magnetic charging, larger side switch, etc. Rated at IPX8 waterproof and 1.5 metre drop resistance, it can handle hard drops and occasional water immersion. It is applicable for camping, hiking, night work, emergency power outages, etc. Specifications, we'll go for the big ones. So turbo's 2,500 lumens, and then it drops down to 800 lumens. It'll do that for 1 minute at 2,500 and then drop down to 800 for 240 minutes. It gives 145 metres of throw and 5,295 candela. High is 800 lumens for 243 minutes, and it drops down to 120 lumens for 80 minutes, 83 metres of throw. Medium is 120 lumens, 23 hours, 32 metres of throw. Low is 15 lumens, 180 hours, 10 metres of throw. And Moonlight is 1 lumen. It'll run for 60 days. That's pretty crazy. Basically, its length is 114 millimetre. The bezel diameter is 26 millimetre. The weight is 148 grams, including the battery. And the battery is 5,000 milliamp hour, 3.6 volt lithium-ion 21700. Right, so I have been using this, but this is pretty much how it came packaged. Pretty standard sort of Olight fare. And you see about the reading about taking the tag out from underneath. Had the actual Olight itself. You sort of see that there. I'll just do a quick side by side so you can actually see the difference in for real against the Baton 3 Pro. So you can see it's definitely a bit fatter. It's actually not that much longer, but it's this is 1,500 lumens, and this with this 21700, this is up to 2,500 lumens. So substantial upward in performance from changing to that bigger battery. Clip's a little bit bigger. The side by side they're very, very similar. Anyway, so in there was also a little baggie. Haven't seen them for a while. Some instructions, some warnings and some more instructions. A little L-shaped bracket you can stick on things so you can actually use it magnetic charging or just somewhere with it. And I've noticed they've actually changed the style of the charger. It's all black now, which is pretty cool. And that's the 1 amp, 1.5 amp and 2 amp, the MCC3. The torch itself, you know that I buried it. Some of the features that's straight out right that sort of are a bit different. Let's see if that's focused properly. Okay, so the button's a little bit bigger. The belt clip and everything's a little bit bigger. They've used the same type hidden proximity sensor like the older one. They've improved it because this older one, sometimes it was a bit too sensitive and it will actually start backing off by itself when there was nothing obstructing it. They've fixed that because this one doesn't do that. 21700 battery, so same as always. Olight, when you buy this new, it'll have a little insulator there, but it's a Olight modified 21700 5,000 milliamp hour battery. They give great run times. Set up to 60 days with this thing on Moonlight mode. That is pretty crazy. A couple of other cool things they've sort of done. If you give it a shake, the battery indicator shows what it is. So you don't actually have to turn the light on to see the battery indicator. You just give it a little shake and it will start flashing and tell you what the battery level's at. It's the standard sort of, I'll lock it out, strobe. Low power, and just keeps on round robbing all the way up to turbo. Well, that's it there. You can see that proximity sensor backing off actually. and if you double tick it, it goes to turbo and it will dim down. You can actually bypass that when it turns down. If you quickly double tap it again, it disables the proximity sensor, and it will so the proximity sensor won't work until you actually turn the torch off and turn it back on again. When you buy this in the black, there are some colour options, but in the black model you can get it in a limited edition warm white, 3000 to 4000 Ks, a neutral white which is 4000 to 5200 K, and a cool white which is 5700 to 6700 K. So, you know, sort of traditional lightings, but it is good if you're in neutral white or cool white, you can change it, and this one you can even get in the warm white. We'll finish the video off with some beam shots, and so stick around for them, and just for now let's talk about pros and cons. Alright, pros and cons. It's pretty simple for the cons. I can't really find any. A couple of things that I did dislike about the Baton 3 Pro was it had a little hiccup with that proximity sensor, that new style proximity sensor. Sometimes when there's actually nothing obstructing the lens, when you actually turn it on, it would start dimming down. But it was sort of a workaround. You didn't really have to really take too much notice. If you just double click it like you would for turbo, it disables it anyway. But they fixed that on that one, so there's no real cons there. I can't really find any cons. With the pros are pretty much the same. If you like the Baton 3 Pro, you're going to like this. The whole size is just a little bit longer. It's definitely a bit fatter as well. But if you don't mind that size difference, it more than makes up it with that 2500 lumens. I mean, it's a big jump up, and if you hand a torch to someone who's not really into torches, you give them a torch like 1500 lumens, they're going to be really impressed. This thing really jumps out. So this thing's got a lot of extra power. So but as you review more torches and you use more modern torches, we're always after more power, and at 2500 lumens, that's getting a big heap of it. So I guess that's probably just my conclusion on it too. If you like the Baton 3 Pro, you're going to like this one. If you're into that style, you like the side switches more than the tail switches, if that doesn't bother you, then it's a good one for that. I started off with always liking tail switches, but now even the torches I've got that have got tail switches, most of them now have a side button as well, and I'm finding myself using that more often. So I'm not worried about the tail switch for a general purpose torch. I don't think you need it. So Olight are having a sale. Yes, it is that time around again. Now this one will be available, so they're having things up to 40% off on the site. This is available from 8 PM on the 10th of the 1st, and this at 11:59 PM, and goes through to the 12th of the 1st, at 11:59 PM, I guess that time as well. Anyway, so the sale starts on Tuesday the 10th, so at 11:59 PM. You can pick yourself up one of these if it's your thing, and there's also usually on Olight, they always have a big sale. It's a good time to pick up anything. So if you've had your eye on anything, it's a good time to do it and have a look. You definitely get good discounts. If there's something that's not on discount, or you're watching this video later and the sale's over, Olight did give me a code to give to you guys, OA10. I'll put that down in the description. You can click on that and it will give you 10% off just about everything in the store, except for maybe some of the really crazy big ones like the X9 Marauder or something like that. But anyway, check them out, it's pretty good, and I've been using this one. I actually really like the little one as well. I found that one living in my car, but now this one's with such a big improvement in the light, how much the output is, 2500 lumens, I think this one's going to be the one that lives in my car now, and the one will be relegated back to in the house, or maybe given as a gift to someone. Anyway, on that note, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button. Bye for now. Oh wait, and stick around for beam shots. I'll show some beam shots now. Okay, so we have the Baton 3 Pro Max. So I'm going to start it up on its lowest setting. Well, it's on its moonlight mode. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm waving it left to right, but it is only 1 lumen. So let's go a little bit higher. So we're at low. Alright, let's go medium. So if you're looking down there, you can see at the center of frame at the end there, that is a reflector sign at the dead end of the road. It's at 100 meters. So that's on medium. Let's go high. Now you can see there now, a very even spread. It hasn't got what I'd call a really tight hotspot or anything like that. It's a very broad hotspot with a lot of spill. So just like the traditional Baton, it stays pretty true to form. Let's go, and let's go turbo. So let's just a second here. Let's go turbo. All right, now they're seeing the full 2,500 lumens, and it is very impressive. You can see, as I said there, the reflector at the end of the street there is at 100 metres, and there's houses and a train line beyond that goes to about 130, 140 metres, and you can actually see it lighting that up. It's very impressive anyway. Yeah, that's it. That's the Baton 3 Pro Max. There you go.